Today we are going to talk about 75 hard, and we're going to replay something I did a few years back for Shaquille O'Neal, who at the time was on a diet and was craving all the foods he couldn't eat. Yep, it's food porn time with Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, this is the Manfuzed podcast. I am Kay Lee, voiceover artist, producer, sitting here with my co-host, Ben H.
As always.
What's up, Ben?
What's up?
That's right. I wouldn't do it without you, buddy.
I wouldn't be here without
We're
you.
in this together.
Indeed.
Friends to the end.
Same canoe.
I've always liked that saying when someone's like, yeah, you know so-and-so. I'd be like, yeah, we've paddled our canoe in the same ponds, you know? Like, and they look at me like, huh? What?
Where's your canoe now?
Yeah.
It's in a river.
Here at Manfuzed, we river dance on the clit of life, okay?
Maybe we should get canoe patches or like a sticker.
Okay.
It looks like a canoe and it has our logo on it.
Oh, that would be dope.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Or we could get them Velcro, like the Velcro ones that you can change out.
Yeah.
And then we could have one that has a clit on it. What? Could you
What does
imagine?
a clit look like? Like a singular clit. I know what it looks like as a part of the whole.
They do refer to the clit as the man in the boat. So that, and with a canoe, and if you turn a canoe
dude,
vertical.
now it's getting deep.
Dude, what do we got there?
So maybe we are the clit. We'd be
In
the
the
man in
boat.
the boat.
Boom, son. That's how we workshop shit.
This is brilliant.
A vertical.
We should call Elon Musk.
A vertical canoe.
Yes.
And then there we are at the top.
Yes.
In the boat.
River dancing.
River dancing in the boat. Anyway.
That's just the man in the boat.
That's the men, not the man.
The men in the boat.
Men in the boat. 75 hard. We have completed it.
We're done.
Now, Ben completed it about 3 weeks ago.
I did.
I completed it.
Only because I started 3 weeks before you.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I had to restart, which put me back even a little bit more.
Which happened during our episode.
Correct.
Yeah.
So Easter was 75 days.
It was beautiful.
And I have now completed it. What have I eaten since?
For you and Mrs. Kaylee.
For Mrs. Kaylee. What have I eaten? In which I was craving everything, dude.
Yeah.
By the 60th day, I was like, I just want a greasy burger with crispy crinkle like fries,
Yeah.
or the fries that have the garlic on it. What are those called?
Garlic fries?
Thank you, Ben. Couldn't have done it without you. There's another name for it.
Truffle fries? Truffle Parmesan fries?
Truffle. I still haven't eaten
With
those.
aioli sauce?
Yes.
Yes.
Still haven't gotten them.
So what did you get? Like, what was your first out of the box thing that you were like, this is, I'm done. This is a reward. Like,
So Easter Sunday, I woke up and we had a big Easter breakfast. I had a bagel. So that was my first bit of bread in 75 days.
Did you put cream cheese on it with schmear?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Veggie cream cheese because I
Veggie
wanted to be
schmear.
healthy.
Yeah.
Schmear.
Basically a salad.
Yeah. A
This
salad.
bagel's basically a salad, kid.
Yeah. So I had that, and I had some candy because it's Easter Sunday. But then I ordered pizza.
Then you went
and garlic rolls for dinner. Plus, I had a couple of drinks throughout the day because I hadn't drank at all in 75 days.
Did you notice how you were a lightweight?
No, I didn't.
Felt the same?
Yeah, because I don't drink that much anyway.
Yeah.
I never really drink to the point of getting drunk anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, I might have a few, and if I even start to get a buzz, I'm normally...
Did you feel a little buzzed?
No, I didn't.
Did you feel the buzz of gratitude for what you did for yourself, for the accomplishment?
Yeah. Hell yeah, man.
That you did personally.
Man, yes, sir. I felt powerful.
Yeah.
I felt like I could just run through the wall. But at the same time, on Sunday was the first day I wasn't planning on doing a workout at all. And now, granted, I've been doing 2 45-minute workouts spaced out by 3 hours, one outside, for 75 days straight, for a total number, just like you, of 150 workouts in 75 days.
It's a lot in 75 days.
So I found myself Sunday afternoon looking at my wife going, do you want to work out? Like, at least do one? I feel like I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, I feel
lazy. Like a lazy piece of shit right now, actually.
Well, you're in this rhythm.
Yeah. I was in it. I was in the zone. And sometimes that zone hurt because, like, that second workout, you have to do 2 a day, but, 6th and 7th day of the week, you might want to just walk, just to kind of go easy.
And maybe to recap for somebody that doesn't know what 75 hard is, if they didn't hear that episode, they should listen to it.
Ben, give us the rules of the engagement here.
75 Hard is a mental toughness program created by a guy named Andy Frisella, and it is a 75-day commitment. Whereas each one of those 75 days, you have to perform a series of tasks and stick to a series of commitments. The commitments are that you don't drink any alcohol, that you follow a diet.
Any diet, you pick it.
Any diet, you pick it. No alcohol, no cheat meals. Those are the commitments. Then the tasks are you have 2 45-minute workouts per day. One has to be outside.
Doesn't matter if it's raining, sleeting, hailing. You've got to knock out one outside under the cover of darkness and the sky.
You have to be able to see the sky.
Correct.
And maybe that's something we'll talk about later in the episode.
Maybe we should bring that up, Ben.
because the truth shall set you free.
The truth. Ben, speak the truth. But continue on.
Nonetheless, you have to take a progress picture.
Every day.
Every single day.
And you have to drink a gallon of water.
You have to drink a gallon of water. You have to read 10 pages.
In a nonfiction book.
Of a nonfiction book. Point being, that's the 75 Hard program. You got to do it every day for 75 days. And if you miss a day or if you miss a task, you fail. You got to go back to day 1.
Now, there's an app which, when I first started and had to restart, I didn't have the app downloaded, and then you recommended, it was like, dude, you've got to get the app because the app does, it's very simple app. It gives you a checklist, which is huge. You can see the transformation day by day, which is awesome.
Yes.
And it's super user-friendly. You just scroll over. Oh, it's almost like a picture book.
That's right.
You go... And
it's amazing. Yeah, and you see yourself, and what I like to notice is not even the change in the physical body, it's the change in the eyes. It's the look in the eyes.
He looks like a fucking
killer. Look at the difference between the look in your eyes on your day 1 pick and your day 75 pick.
Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's a major difference.
Well, did you look into my eyes? I sent you a screenshot of my...
The look of determination.
Was that day 1 or day 7?
This is day 1.
You look like a loser. You look like a beaten down loser.
This is day 75.
Oh, angry. Yeah. I looked like a Navy SEAL in the eyes. If you would have just seen my eyes, you'd go, that dude was a Navy SEAL.
In the eyes only. The first one you'd say, yeah, he's probably doing pretty good, and he's just got a lot going on.
He hates his life.
He hates everything.
Yeah.
The last picture, it's like he just killed 18 men.
Yeah, exactly. And it's pretty much it. So I never really paid attention to my eyes. I was staring at my body.
Yeah, that's right.
It was hard. I mean, it was definitely one of the most consistent, challenges. I mean, I got into a rhythm. I got to tell you, the rhythm was good. Once I got into the routine of how I was going to conquer the 2 separated 45-minute workouts,
right?
That mixing with my 3 kids and 4 dogs and koi fish and fucking everything else that goes on in my life.
Right.
Thank God my wife was on board, because if she wasn't, I don't think I could have dealt with the bitching that would have come from her about me taking all this personal time to work out.
Dude, I've done it before when my wife's not on it.
I'd find
it was crazy, dude. It was so hard to get done.
Well, it's because you're not on the same page, and if she's not doing it with you, she's going to be like, why aren't you spending time with me?
Well, it's such an intense program that it does change. It changes reality for those around you.
Fuck yeah, it does.
As well.
You should see my neighbors.
Even your neighbors.
Oh, dude, they saw Aaron and I every night because that's when we did our second workout after the kids went to bed. We would be either outside, running up the hill, walking up the hill. If I would have walked down and back up to the stop sign, which I live in the back of a cul-de-sac at the back of the neighborhood, and there's a hill that goes this.
Yeah.
If that would have been all I would have done, I would have just murdered myself because it gets so repetitive. So we had to come up with new shit. One night we're out there kicking the soccer balls, chasing that thing around, throwing the frisbee, half runs, half frisbee, for that 45 minutes, mixing up. But my neighbors saw us every night. And I guarantee that some of them who I'm not close with were probably like, what the fuck are these people doing out here?
Absolutely.
Every night. I shamed one of my neighbors because every night we would catch him running to Culver's to get ice cream.
No way.
And so it got to the point that he was going around the same time every night, and we just happened to be walking.
Wow.
Like the neighborhood watch.
That's hilarious.
And he'd pull up and we'd be like, oh, you going to get Culver's?
Oh.
To the point where he was like, he lied to us and admitted that he felt shamed.
He did feel shamed.
Because he felt like a fat ass, is what he said.
Is he overweight?
No, but I mean...
But it made him feel like he should be taking better care of himself.
He's a well-built guy. I think he's got a little bit of a dad bod forming. He could do better.
Right.
If you asked his wife, who's pregnant now, she'd say, get your ass out there and do better. He stopped going to Culver's.
Stopped.
Because we were like the neighborhood watch. We'd call him out every night. Oh, Culver's run.
It's an interesting how the program is influential upon those around you, to the extent that on the maximum note, people like you guys are like, hey, you and Jen are going to do this thing, and you have a conversation at home and you go, hey, maybe we should check it out. Like, let's look into it. Let's do it. Hey, if they're going to do it, let's do it too. And then other people that you know have probably considered going down that path as well. The thing I found interesting about it is it put me in a position to do things that were like good for me every single day.
Hell yeah.
You know, and not have to question it. And it was kind of a break from, do I have a drink tonight? Do I not have a drink tonight?
The answer was done for you.
2 glasses, 4 glasses?
It was already answered for you.
Do I eat ice cream tonight? You know what I mean? The whole thing where you're trying to monitor yourself.
Right, which that's now what I'm in.
Yeah.
What mode I'm in now, because
Right.
I have the freedom to do so.
Yes.
It takes that out.
It takes it away.
Yeah.
It gives you a break from that voice.
Right. Ooh, ice cream.
Yeah, and obviously you want to be like, oh, yeah, I'd really love to have some ice cream right now, but I just can't.
Yeah, 60 days in, I was craving shit, though.
Did you have ice cream yet?
I did have a little. Oh, I bought some Saturday so I could eat on. Oh, I love that. I love Tillamook. Tillamook, what is it called? Malt mousse shake. Mookie malt shake. Something that's so good. Yeah, so it's a break.
Yes.
I mean, and you were the one that inspired me to do it. And because I was like, in February of this year, which normally by January 31st, I've got some goals written down. I've got some business goals. I've got some personal goals. Be a better father. Be a better husband. What I want to achieve business-wise. What I want to, I've been pretty good about, working out 3 to 4 days a week, but I didn't have anything to strive for.
Yeah.
And it was February. I hadn't made those goals.
Right.
And that's when I saw that you guys were doing it because you guys posted it on Facebook. And I was like, I came home and I was like, Aaron, don't you feel we need to strive for something?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like we're not pushing ourselves. I was like, I saw Ben and Jen's post. They're doing this thing called 75 Hard. Now, I knew very, very little about it because you had mentioned it last year that you had tried it or whatever. She knew nothing about it.
Yeah.
And she's like, let's do it. Let's start tomorrow. And I'm like, fuck yeah, okay,
That's awesome.
Let's do it. I'm down with you. I'll ride
That's
with
so
you,
cool.
baby. And she did it.
She did do it.
She did it. She lost 23 pounds.
I tell you, it's interesting when you get these girls on board. Like Jen crushed the program, dude. Mm-hmm. Crushed it. Mm-hmm. I mean, she just crushed it. She'd have both of her workouts done by noon every day. I mean, she was just all over it. Execution-wise, she definitely executed it better than me.
Well, I couldn't get it all done by noon because it just my schedule wouldn't allow it.
No, but I mean, like her mindset toward it was like so strong. Because you have a mindset toward it.
I'd probably say that I was like Jen probably in my relationship because I was pretty militant. Like it became priority, and there were a few times where Aaron's like, was like tired, worn out, exhausted, and and she's like, I just don't want to. I'm like, well, you're gonna fucking quit?
You are going to.
Yeah. What are you gonna quit?
Yeah.
And there were a couple times. There were a couple heated moments during the 75.
Definitely.
Like if my neighbors saw us walking separately,
yes,
you knew that we had just gotten into an argument, and it was like, well, fucking quit then. And then I just walked the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? And she went and did her own thing.
Right.
So if you saw, and our neighbors, we told our neighbors, like after it was done, I said,
That's
you ever
funny.
saw us walking separately is because like sometimes we'd walk past each other and not say a word.
That's hilarious.
You know, but it was...
with a little smile.
No, there was no smile.
There was
It more
no
like-
smile.
It was more like "fuck you," is what I was, thinking. Fuck that, But things. But at the end of the day, we finished it. We knocked it the fuck out,
Yeah, you did.
and we are excited for the 30-day break. Even though we're not completely taking a break, we're monitoring I'm still monitoring my eating.
Right.
Like I think I'm going to do like 1 or 2 cheat meals a week.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do 7 days a week working out. I'm going
Right.
to do like 4 to 5
Right.
until we get into the next phase, which is phase 1, which is the whole list of everything you named at the beginning,
Yes.
plus 2, if I'm not mistaken. A 10-minute meditation and a 5 to 10-minute cold water therapy of some kind.
And 3 power list tasks.
I still haven't
And
defined
3
what
power
those
list
are.
tasks.
But
So yeah, the power list tasks, that's a whole different conversation. But to recap, 75 hard is 2 45-minute workouts. One has to be outside. Follow a diet, no alcohol or cheat meals. Drink 1 gallon of water. Read 10 pages of a nonfiction book, and take a progress picture. Phase 1 is those things and 3 additional things. 5-minute cold shower, 10-minute dedicated visualization, and 3 power list tasks.
no, you create those tasks.
You create the power list tasks. Wake up in the morning. What are the 3 things that are going on my power list today? The thing about it is if it goes on the page, it has to be accomplished by the end of the day.
Is there an app for phase 1?
Yes,
A separate app.
No, it's the same app. It continues.
Okay.
Like if you open your 75 hard app right now, it's going to say start phase 1.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did say that when I completed it and had it, it said you can start the next phase, the next
Right.
day at whenever that was.
So how about Erin? Like, how is she doing?
Oh, she loves
I mean,
it.
because you guys have been off now for
3
basically
days.
3 days. We've been off for 3 weeks.
Right.
So we've had a completely different
You've had
amount of time, than
Which-
you guys have after the program.
Yeah, so no, the better question is, because I'm still fresh off of it, how are you guys doing?
It's been interesting, man. I would say we've been doing very good. I think that still Jen is executing more strongly than I am, more powerfully than I am as it pertains to her diet and her exercise. She is just so disciplined and so dialed in. And 75 hard, not only 75 hard, but also a few of the books that she read during 75 hard. Jen's not typically a big reader, but she's very intelligent, obviously, but not a big reader. Well, she read David Goggins' book.
Dude, I'm reading that now.
And-
That book is
Bro, you do
fucking-
75 hard and read David Goggins' book. You'll
Doing
never
it.
be the same, dude.
Dude, I did, like,
You'll never be the same.
I am like 3/4 of the way in.
Yeah.
And that dude is the most hard motherfucker I have ever heard about.
He's a great guy. And the thing about it is, too, you see how much of it, he's just so honest about it. He's so humble and honest about his life experience. It's an amazing story. Nonetheless, how are we doing? We've been doing great. Easter was like, I think I kind of went overboard on the candy during Easter. Dude, I was tearing up Easter eggs and
little bunnies.
I was tearing up bunnies and
Little peeps.
jelly beans. And dude, I was tearing Easter up. But that was kind of like, I mean, I hadn't really been eating candy, you know what I mean? And that was like something. But we've stuck to it pretty well, man. And I have to say that, I am preparing to start phase 1 soon. Yet, I'm wondering, as a result of something I heard, I'm wondering if I should just do 75 hard again.
So
75 hard.
hard.
The question is, and this is a real question,
Ooh, this is
did I really
complete.
complete 75 hard? Or did I go day one? Actually, has it been day 1 since day 24, Chris? That's the question.
So something was pointed out as
Yes.
you were nearing your 75th day.
Yes.
Like the day before your 75th day, my wife
Yes.
saw something on
In the 75 hard book,
in the 75 hard
Right.
book. It was a question.
which I haven't read the entire book.
So there are lots of questions when
Okay.
it comes to certain elements. You know, it's like
Probably smart to read the book before.
probably so you know all of what this dude's saying. But there are FAQs on the website.
Yeah.
And Aaron saw a question that was asked. Well, what if I am outside
Right.
working out?
Yes.
Doing my outside workout under my gazebo. Now,
Dirty little question.
that is a dirty question. Now, you don't know Ben's house, which it's a beautiful fucking house, and it's got gazebo after gazebo after gazebo,
Yeah.
no walls anywhere.
Covered outdoor structures.
He's got a bunch in his backyard,
I've got
sitting on 2
massive,
acres.
3. Okay, yeah, I got a bunch.
They were doing yoga.
Well, one outdoor structure in particular, I happen to have a weight stack.
Yes,
I have a full weight stack, pull-up bar, workout area.
because you don't really.
I
While
work
your
out
house
there.
is big,
Yeah.
you don't really have the space that you
I don't
wanted
have a
to
basement,
right?
you
So you
know.
don't want to
Yeah.
allocate space inside the house
No.
for a gym anyway.
No.
So
All of my house is usable
right.
square footage, livable square footage,
Correct.
basically.
Yes.
You
so
know,
it's not. So we know
we
gym
don't have a gym room.
correct.
Right.
Which I love the outdoor.
Me too.
Like gridlock. Like
Oh,
just,
dude,
it's pimp.
yeah.
But it raises the question.
I also have the other area where, I mean, it's awesome to like start a big fire in that fireplace and like do a freaking hour-long yoga session.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah. It's
And guess
beautiful.
where? You're outdoors.
Correct.
However, you can't see the stars.
You are-
because if you look up, there's
You
a
s-
roof above your head.
And technically, so a question was asked on the website, can I work out under these structures and that be my outdoor workout?
Right.
And the answer was, no, you can't.
Nope.
You need to be exposed
Yeah.
to the elements of the sky.
Right.
That might be rain, hail, sleet, snow, cold air,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You can't see the stars
Right.
because you are under the cover of a roof.
Yeah.
So I was told that the day before you finished.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, you should call and fuck with Ben and just fuck with him and be like, hey, I don't know that you might have to start at day 1.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I didn't want to. I was like, you know what? I don't know. I was like, that's up to Ben to decide. I didn't.
Well, what about you guys? I mean, did you ever train under a gazebo or a garage?
the first, within the 7 days that we did it,
Yeah.
there was one time where we literally were walking out the front door. It had been raining,
Yeah.
which rain wasn't anything. I had
Yeah.
I had this full rain like pants and dude, I had an outfit because I had purchased when I went on that jet skiing adventure in Alaska. I had purchased, they told me to bring a rain suit. I brought it, I never used it. So I was like, oh, what a perfect night. And as soon as we opened the door, because there was a window of it kind of let up a little bit.
Yeah.
As soon as we opened the door, this lightning bolt, like
Yeah.
right in front
Like
of our
Zeus.
house. Yeah, exactly. And we're like, oh, fuck.
But it was within the 7 days that you had already failed.
Correct.
So you're good.
Correct. So in that sense, no, we didn't. We did do it. But I mean, either
Having gotten all the way through without that information, I will say that there was a time when it was raining outside and we were working out underneath the covered area. And I thought to myself, this kind of defeats the purpose a little bit of doing an outside workout. However, I did not do my research. I did not dig in to find the answer to that question. I just rolled on. And the truth is, look, I don't really think I can count myself as having successfully completed it.
that sucks.
Now, here's another thing.
Either way, you're
The
still a
first
better.
time-
You're still a more disciplined beast.
Oh, dude,
because of it.
I've been 2.5 years running.
Right. It's funny.
The first time it took me 6 months to get through 75 days. And there was a point during that time that I fell asleep while I was reading.
Ooh.
And I woke up 3 hours later and read the rest of my pages. So, and I admit that too. So the truth, but I kept going and I just did it. You know what I'm saying? And there was a time when I actually terminated myself on day 63 because it was just no question that I had failed.
You know, it's funny because my wife posted after she finished it on Facebook, you know, she screenshotted the 75 days that are all in red so you know that you've completed the day. And I had someone I went to school with who I haven't spoken with in years, but I'm friends with on Facebook, reached out to Aaron and was like, I've tried it 3 times and I still haven't been able to fucking complete it.
Yeah.
I feel like since I finished, I've had a couple of neighbors who knew kind of what we were doing, but the other day when they saw us on Easter, because there was this neighborhood Easter egg hunt for all the little kids, they reached out and they were like, I think I wanted some information on doing it. What is it called? You know, and I was like, just put in 75 hard in Google, you'll see it all.
Yeah.
And then the wife emails or texts my wife.
Right.
Talking about it. Like,
yeah.
They're like, I just don't think I can do it. Now, they have 3 kids, just like me.
Right.
If I told you I will give you $1,000 a day for 75 days.
Yes.
If you miss one thing, you lose it all.
Yeah.
But you will have $75,000 at the end of 75 days. Don't you think people would make fucking time for it?
I still think they would fail their asses off. I think that more would get through it. I think that mindset would wake up within people. The question, and that's a great point, because what is that thing that awakens within someone when you attach a monetary value to it, which causes them to have a higher level of self-imposed discipline upon themselves?
And be able to implement something or give up something in their day to make it fucking happen.
In exchange for money.
Right. The $1,000 a day is a damn good carrot to dangle in front of somebody.
Oh, that's what I mean, yeah.
I wish we had sponsors to where we could somehow dangle that carrot, but I just don't know how you would govern to see if somebody was actually finishing it.
That is such a good idea, and I wonder how many people we could get through. I wonder how many people would fail.
Oh, I'd say a good percentage.
I mean, I wonder if we could do one person at a time, how many people we would have to go through until somebody actually got the
$75,000. But see, how would we know? And that's the thing is, like, we're going to have to live with this fucking person? Like, I mean, how would you know?
You don't.
That's the thing.
You just don't. It's just something you have to impose upon yourself. You are the only one that really knows whether you truly completed it or not.
Yeah.
Like, literally. Like, no one
can sit and watch you 24 hours a day for 75 days.
Exactly. And so it's such, and like even now finding out something after the 75 days are over. You know what the beautiful thing is, though? I don't care if I ever get through it. Because the truth is, bro, I feel better when I'm in that program than any other time. I feel better when I'm doing 75 hard about my life, about myself, about my family, about my my ability to get through the challenges that are in front of me.
I mean, either way, whether you were working out under the cover of the stars, you still did 150 workouts in 75 days.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. And
how much weight did you lose?
20 pounds.
20 pounds.
Yeah.
20 pounds.
And I got another 20 to go, and that's what I'm saying. Why stop?
You're not.
Why take your foot off the gas? Like, why go back to normal?
Normal.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hate
why
that word.
Go back to
the N-word?
Normal. Why go back to the N-word? Why do that to yourself? Why not pick up the pace?
Right.
Why not go more extreme? You know, look, we only have one shot at this thing called life. And to me, this is a lifestyle that I can live where I will actually get better with age.
It's true.
And I don't see a whole lot of people getting better with age out here, bro. I got to be honest with you. Most of the people I see are getting worse with age. Think if you ran the Live Hard program every year for the next 30 years.
Beast mode all the time.
I mean, dude, you'd look better at 60 than you do now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
10 years from now, after 10 75 hards and 10 phase ones and 10 phase twos and 10 phase threes.
Is there a phase 3?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So that's 10. It's a 165-day program total. Times 10. That's 1,650 days of 75 hard rules over the next 10 years.
You're diesel, buddy. And so
Just
you're going
saying,
to be diesel. You know what I was thinking? When this podcast continues to grow and blow up,
As it does.
and we have sponsors,
Yes.
we could provide that carrot for somebody to change their life. Because if you think about it, with apps these days and
Yeah.
like a Garmin on your wrist,
Right.
we could govern and track their workouts. They're 2 a day, separated by 3 hours.
Right.
Because, I mean, if they're outside walking, we can see the GPS of them
Yeah.
outside walking.
Right.
And the speed that they're going.
Yeah.
We could quiz them on the 10 pages every day. The only thing that I can't think of how to govern would be the consumption of water.
And diet.
Yeah, diet too.
I think the food part is the hardest part of 75 hard. The diet is the hardest part, dude.
Well, it also depends on what the diet, because it says pick a diet. It could be the Atkins diet. It could be a low carb diet. It could be a...
But that's what I'm saying. I mean, Andy says, listen, you have one chocolate chip. You go back to day one.
I didn't have one, and I have to make macaroni for my kids all the time.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many times where, like, I'm used to, like, as I'm
Just taking a
stirring
bite.
it up and just, while I'm putting in their bowl,
Yeah.
I'll just take a mouthful of it.
Yeah.
There were times where I had almost
Yeah.
put it to my lips and was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have one noodle for 75 days. I thought the water part was kind of
water
beastly.
part was?
Because if you don't start off, if you go through half the day
Yeah.
not intaking a good chunk of your water and you're
Yeah.
trying to cram it at
Oh,
the
yeah.
last minute, it's
Dude.
a miserable thing.
75 hard is all about the morning schedule.
Doing hard things in your life.
Yes.
Doing things, not taking the easy route.
Right.
Doing the hard things, that improves the relationship you have with yourself.
Yes.
With your spouse.
Yes.
I mean, my marriage, we found ourselves having all this quality time, 45 minutes every night, playing, laughing, conquering this mountain together.
Yes.
Also, one of my kids is older than yours. What example that gave
Gave
to
a
our
great
kids.
example.
Every night, my son, who's 9, would go, are you guys going out to do your second 45-minute workout?
That's awesome.
Can I come? Like,
That's awesome.
no, buddy, it's a school night. You can come out on the weekend, which he
Right.
did. Sometimes he'd come out and we'd throw the Frisbee.
Right.
Sometimes even Aaron, my wife, would be like, I just want to walk. And my son and I would just run around our huge
That's cool.
cul-de-sac chasing this Frisbee. I'd be sweating like crazy by
Yeah,
the time
that's
I'm
awesome.
done. Burning 3, 4, sometimes 500 calories
Right.
in my second workout. The diet example for them too, like, you can't eat that. You're not eating that right now. Yeah, because it's not part of the plan I'm doing.
Right.
I thought that was an amazing symptom
It is,
of this
man.
program. Just like it says, this isn't a fitness program, but your fitness will be the best it's ever been because
Yeah.
it's a symptom of doing this
That's right.
challenge. I think people can make the time for it, but they have to make the time for it. It's
Right.
like the carrot. Yeah, I agree with you. Most people, even if you gave them $1,000 a day, they'd probably blow it for whatever the reason. Oh,
Maybe
shit
they wouldn't
happened
even
today.
mean to.
Right.
Maybe they just fall asleep while they're reading.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
You know,
Or maybe life will get in the way and they go, I'm just not
decide.
going to be able
Yeah.
to do it.
Right. I'm only $2,000 in.
Fuck, I already blew it. Taking the easy path, eating what you want, not exercising because you don't feel like it. I mean, it's too easy to do that. That's what everybody does.
Well, such a big part of like mental health is the relationship that you have with yourself. And that's something that I think a lot of people struggle with. I know I struggle with. And it's very difficult at times to identify issues with the relationship that you have with yourself. You might just think that the economy is messed up, or that your wife is messed up, or that your boss, or whatever the case is. You might just be mad about something, but the truth is there's something going on within you that's causing this to occur. And I think that 75 Hard is a program which can uncover areas and also cause you to see things within yourself. You'll improve the relationship with yourself by doing difficult things every day that are actually good for you.
Right. It'll shine light on the bad habits that you have. And sometimes you don't even recognize the bad habits you have. You might be sitting on the couch wasting time watching shitty TV.
It might be driving to Culver's every single night and getting an ice cream. It's a normalized behavior.
Right.
And all of a sudden, you normalize. It's a conversation that you're having with yourself.
Right.
That was a good dinner. I wonder what flavor I should try tonight.
Right.
I'm going to sneak out and go grab some Culver's.
Until he sees the neighborhood watch out there calling him out.
The neighborhood 75 Hard team.
Right. He backs out the driveway and is like, fuck, they're out here again.
Damn it.
They know exactly where I'm going.
Were there ever nights that he wasn't pulling out of his driveway?
Well, it stopped.
Maybe he went early.
No, maybe he did, but it stopped.
It stopped.
It pretty much stopped.
Isn't that interesting?
He stopped going because we were making him feel bad about the habits.
Well, you changed the conversation that he was having with himself.
Right.
In his head.
Yeah.
It's all about that conversation.
Now that we're not out there at the moment, it's been 3 days. Who knows if he's been out there? I'm not out there watching.
Well, Andy calls it the boss voice and the bitch voice.
Right.
And, basically it's the little bitch voice, the little weak bitch voice versus the boss voice. And we all have it.
Well, man, I think we've given out a lot of information about the 75 Hard Challenge. I loved it. I feel great because of it. I'm looking forward to phase 1. And
you're looking ripped.
We will. Thank you, Ben. We will, as we get into phase 1, we will talk about the experiences. So this is a perfect time to segue into something that, speaking of diets and stuff, on the radio, I have had a segment, a bit that I would do for mostly women who were on diets, who were not able to eat the delicious foods that they wanted to because they were dieting. So Are you
talking about food porn?
Correct. So this bit that we would do on the radio, and it mainly went out to women, but guys liked it too because it was so fucking funny. I would describe foods to them.
Yes.
So they could get their fix through the description of me.
I think you certainly gave them a fix.
Yes. Yeah, right. But they loved it. Now, there was one encounter. I was asked to come and do what I do for a man. And not just any man. A fucking wall of a man. One of the biggest men you could think of.
A massive man.
And I'm talking about the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Boom.
So Shaq was a figure I'd see once a week at the radio station.
Yeah.
Because he started his podcast called The Big Podcast with Shaq in our office, in one of the studios next to him. Yeah. And I'd see him all the time. Dude, when you look at the guy and you're looking up to him, he is just
huge.
A fucking mountain. And you're like, when I shake his hand, it feels like I'm shaking the hand of he looks like he's
shaking a leg.
It's like shaking a catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
And like, hey, his hand just swallows
like a baseball glove.
Yeah, exactly. Nicest dude ever. So I'm called in there. He's on a diet.
Yeah.
He's miserable.
Yes.
I'm setting the stage for this because we're going to replay it right now. It's only been heard on the Big Podcast with Shaq, but it is good enough to replay. He has no idea. Now, I've met him before. I did actually some of the intros for his podcast. Right. I'd be like, this week on the Big Podcast, so he's heard me before. But I'm called in. He has no idea why I'm in the room. Okay? He can't eat what he wants to eat. And this is what happens.
Christian is going to basically give you a fantasy that you can live out in your head here.
All right, I'm moving my chair over.
That you can live out in your head here.
Christian's giving out
because
fantasy.
You can't eat the McDonald's. We're going to give you the opportunity to
I love this.
enjoy it.
Now, I'm going to pause it right there. Now, Shaq at this point, the music's on.
Right.
And he is looking around the room. He's got...
He didn't know this was coming.
He'd never heard of food porn. You know what food porn is. I've sent you segments.
But he heard that music, and I bet his eyes got big.
But he's like, what is this?
Like, what?
He's going to give me a
WTF?
fantasy. And Shaq, I'm sitting right across from him, looking him in the eyes. And he's like, what is this cracker fucking about to do? Like, he has no idea. And I'm like, this is Shaquille. I know this man is a mountain. So I'll continue. I'm just kind of setting the stage. I was kind of nervous.
Best you can.
Well, can I join in on this segment?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Sit back and just enjoy.
Christian.
All right, Shaq. We know this diet has been hard for you. Yeah. Real hard. Shaq, I want you to close your eyes and picture the gluttony of meat that is about to go down your throat. You know you're not supposed to. But isn't it the best and the hottest when you're not? You know what's wrong, but you have a hankering like a runaway freight train that just can't be stopped. Before you know it, you realize this cheat day indiscretion has escalated quickly. I find this hard to believe, but you slide in and out from under the golden arches without anyone seeing you. And you nuzzle that bag full of hot, juicy meat right between your legs as you pull into traffic. Now it's just a matter of finding a secluded place to park and get down to business. So you jet into an empty parking lot, step on the e-brake, and screech to a halt. You go in for round one with no abandonment, first grabbing that oh-so-familiar box. On any other occasion, you would violate all the goodness that McDonald's has to offer with a swiftness, but not today. Today you're going to savor this sinful experience. Before putting your mouth around this hunk of meat, you decide to go in for a quick inspection, making sure all key ingredients are present. You run a finger down one of the buns and feel your way across the lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, before plunging your finger in between the moist meat flaps. To find the payoff.
Jesus.
What the hell?
The payoff is the mother load of special sauce.
We're going to get canceled by Bleacher Report
You ain't kidding, man.
and podcast.
I think we might adjust.
Yeah.
We're pushing the limit. You want me to stop?
No.
no,
No, there's more.
You don't want
to stop, Shaq.
No.
Come on.
And immediately it hits you, the wafting aroma that you've been dreaming of for weeks. That classic number one is never too much for you to handle, as the warm meat penetrates your salivating mouth. You work it over the only way you know how, finishing it off in minutes, leaving you with only a face covered in residue. You clean yourself off, checking again to make sure you're alone. The satisfaction is overwhelming. But you're not done yet. That Big Mac was just the beginning. There's more in store, and at this point, nothing can stop you.
Ooh.
You dive back in for more, hoping that sack isn't empty just yet. And it's not. You get your greasy fingers around your nuggets and begin to work them one by one. You feel the heat explode across your lips with each indulgent bite. Taking down nugget after nugget until you realize you finished all 10.
That's a whole starting five.
But here's the thing, Shaq, you've never taken 10 at once before. But you
Actually,
don't.
I have.
The truth comes out. But you don't care because it felt so good. Now there's only one thing left to do before you finish, and you know it's awaiting you at the bottom of that sack. You dive in and immediately penetrate the crust with the tip of your fingers. It seems to slide in so easily, and now you're knuckle deep. It's just as you had imagined, warm apple pie.
Warm apple pie.
Yes, that is good.
It's all over your fingers and lips, splattering across your shirt like a warm geyser.
Oh, jeez.
You reach that pinnacle moment and take the entire thing, moaning in esophageal glory as it all goes down in one bold swallow. Hey, you collapse back in that seat, quickly stuffing the evidence under your seat so Letitia and Rock won't find out.
That's right. Damn straight.
But you think to yourself that they can't find the value in that meal? F*** 'em. You bask in the glow for only a moment until realizing, is that a Burger King across the street?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Oh, little food porn.
Oh my God.
The indulgent food fantasy that you can't live in real life.
Yeah, I can't say anticipation.
Yeah, he went.
That's all right, though.
The word
He went
anticipation.
real
Yeah.
far with
And
that.
what that was
awesome.
unbelievable.
Holy
buddy.
cow.
Okay, Shaq needs to be hosed down now.
We got to take him out back and
Someone
hose him.
fan him.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Oh, that was great.
Dude,
Oh my God.
to see
That
his
was so
face
funny.
from the beginning going like, what the hell? Because he didn't get it. He didn't
Yeah.
know what's coming. But then about halfway through, he is dying laughing. He
That's
is
so
like,
funny.
this is the funniest shit ever. And
Oh, my
Letitia,
God.
I think at the time, was his girlfriend. Rock was his trainer, and he
Yeah.
was in there.
Yeah.
So it was pretty fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
You know what? We could do food porns by request, you know? Like
That'd be
eventually,
amazing.
like people be like, oh, please tell me do a food porn on this food or
Yeah.
something like that. And we could
Yeah.
fucking write up a script.
The
And,
chicken biscuit.
those buns. That
Does a
meat.
biscuit have buns?
Oh, biscuit. I thought you meant chicken sandwich. I was thinking sandwich. I mean, think about how dirty you can get with just the act of just eating foods. I mean, it's like you have to
amazing.
describe it. It's like
It's amazing.
technically it's what it is. All the residue and meat flaps and money shots. All right,
Squirts.
man. I think that's it for today. This is Manfuzed.
Catch you later.